So like,
we can't take compliments.
We can't take compliments.
Yeah.
I can't take
because we are scared that Tyra's gonna
come out. You're actually huge and fat and hideous and horrible, and your skin is
with
bad,
ashy
and loud and aggressive. Like, you know. Okay, so I wanted to go through some of these like horrible challenges, the more extreme challenges that Tyra had these girls tortured with. So the Netflix documentary kind of snaps through them. So let's try to snap through them. The pendulum runway, the one where they had them hoes
that
knocked
medieval
over.
Type, yeah.
The Spanish Inquisition had nothing on Tyra. So they had the pendulum one. They was knocking these hoes off the runway. They had the conveyor belt photo shoot.
They're like on a treadmill.
They're on a treadmill and high
stiletto
heels.
Platforms.
Ridiculous.
Cardio. They said your ankles.
I'm sorry, the way they risk these girls' ankles is like literally the high heel. The high heel. They had a really crazy high heel challenge.
I remember
during Danny's season,
and they had to like walk, and they just sitting there looking like a baby fawn.
Yep.
Just like
risking Danny's precious ankles. They had the straight jacket runway. Yikes. This was Listen, NSYNC did it in their music video, so I guess Tyra thought she could do it too. They have the tarantula photo shoot.
Iconic.
Listen, look, I get that it was, a Fear Factor inspired challenge, but it eats that iconic photo of Eva with and then Takara's.
She had, I think it was her when she was like
she had,
this.
Yep, and she had the
it was like
jewels.
right here.
Yes.
Yeah.
And who's the name?
She was cheated. She should have won that, but whatever.
She should have won that.
Whatever.
Honestly, even the tarantulas were kind of serving. They
probably ain't get no deals after the show either.
Right? I know the tarantulas was also being blacklisted.
They ain't get no raid commercial, nothing. Awful.
They couldn't get a raid commercial.
Awful.
Terrible. I don't know why. I think the Michael Jackson moment was from the conveyor belt photo shoot, but I didn't remember Michael Jackson.
Why they was dressed like that?
Why was Michael there? Why was 80s Michael there?
It was a horror shoot.
The Michael Jackson one?
I think when he was on when they were running.
Yeah.
It was like a horror movie, so they're supposed to be like running away. Jackson thriller.
Why it was a Michael Jackson thriller. Oh, thank you. Okay, I got you. I was just like, I don't remember. Okay, good. They had them holding fire. They had them
they lit it.
And they had to walk down the runway with their hands burning. I don't remember that. I must have blanked that out.
I vaguely remember
that. That is terrifying. They had these hoes suspended in air over a ledge, like there was like a giant circle where it was just concrete at the bottom, like just crazy. Before crazy. Tom Cruise, everybody gives Tom Cruise all this credit for doing his own stunts, and don't nobody give the hoes on ANTM. They do.
I feel like that would have been the point where I would have had to start asking Tyra some questions. I said, Tyra, nah, I ain't never seen like Louis Vuitton, Gucci, any of these Alexandar McQueen. I ain't never seen none of these hoes on the side of a runway looking down at a building. Why are we doing this?
Why are we doing this?
I have never seen anything like this before.
Oh, she's so evil. But okay, wait. Also, like, in the podcast, they did have to like sign over a lot of their bodily rights.
Of course.
They said if you die, we give you nothing, and these girls signed that.
I thought, how will I die taking pictures? And they're like, you're going to have to get into this burning car.
You'll see. So then they had the meat panties.
The meat panties.
They had these girls risking yeasties with raw cold beef on they. Poor Whitney was a vegan.
I know, and I have a thing when it comes with food waste. Like, that is
food
just,
waste?
Come on. Because I know they wasn't eating it. That might have been what they served them for lunch.
I was just about to say that. They wish they could have served that for lunch. That did not, no. That's not included in the per diem.
Other than the hamster ball one.
The hamster ball.
That was ridiculous. And me, I think my toxic trait is that I feel like I could have did it.
Okay, sure.
That's my toxic.
Sure. The hamster ball one.
Y'all being dramatic. I think I could do it.
Okay. Well, let's put you to the test on that. I'm gonna get one of them.
Give me a hamster ball and a bottle of water right now.
I loved the hamster ball challenge because early in the late 90s, there was a Jake Gyllenhaal film called Bubble Boy. And he played a boy in a bubble, and he just like walks through in that. And then also there's a Community episode where they have that. So, you know, thanks, Tyra. I'm kidding, no. They had the crocodile one. They had crocodiles snapping at them girls. Although the crocodiles were like, you are too skinny.
Yeah.
I don't want this is beef on a stick. Then we got... Okay, I do want to talk about this. This is my favorite thing. So they showed Tyra coming into the room and doing the fake out passing out. Mm-hmm. Do you remember this?
Yeah.
To announce that they were doing an acting challenge.
I'm just so lightheaded. Oh my god. Let's her phone. Check her phone. I'm alright. Today you guys are gonna learn about acting! Learn about acting!
Where she's like, and she passes out, and all the girls are terrified and scared, and she's like, you're doing an acting challenge! And they are like, and she's like, oh, that was pretty scary, huh? These are those moments that I remember as a kid being like, oh, she's a psycho. Like, she's a psycho. They had the pigeon shoot where they was holding like pigeons. Statues. They were pretending to be statues holding pigeons. They had the homeless shoot where not only did they dress up pretending to be homeless.
They had homeless people in the background.
They had actual homeless people in the background. This is, when I say capitalism, you know, there are certain things that, you know, Uncle Ho would wake up for.
Whatever. Some of them ate them girls up, too.
They really did, though. They were like, ah!
This is my one.
That's right. Then we had the effects of smoking challenge.
Oh, yeah, with the...
They had a hole in the, yep, they had one with the hole in the up teeth.
It's like
they had the bitch bald.
It's like, I get the message. But, like...
I know, but they showed that white girl looking like Tory Lanez.
She looked like Cynthia from the Rugrats. Terrible.
Good.
It's terrible.
Listen. And then we had the dead fish, where they had to be mermaids picked up, and they had them with dead fish all over them. And you know who ate that fucking challenge up? My girl Danny. So then let's talk about Danny.
Wait, that's it? Those are the ones?
Those are the ones they went through that quickly.
Oh, okay.
That I wrote down.
Okay.
Why? What's something that you remember?
The crime scene shoot.
No, my.
That was so fucked up and so on so many levels. And this was the episode or the shoot where one of the contestants,
yes,
Dion.
So this is Cycle 8.
Dion from Cycle 8. Her mother was a victim of gun violence. Her mother had been shot in the head.
She was shot in the head.
And wheelchair bound.
Yes, and is now, yes.
And they even had her on the show.
Yes, they had her on the show in her wheelchair. Dion told the story on the show. The producers knew that backstory.
And assigned her to get shot in the head. So they took something that was already fucked up and made it even more evil and wanted a reaction out of her. And she says in the documentary, I know they wanted a reaction out of me, and I'm happy that they didn't get that emotional breakdown that they wanted.
And sure, but they also, while she was doing the photo shoot, they're like, we're not getting too much from her. And she's just trying to disassociate while she does something absolutely horrid. And like, and the photographer that's shooting her is like, why are you not giving me more? Look, more dead. Like, it's really...
They really wanted that reaction. And they've done stuff like that before,
yes,
like with the 7 Deadly Sins shoot. I don't think they addressed it on the documentary, but I specifically remember they were doing the 7 Deadly Sins. They were in a underground like grave or
they
like
were
whatever.
In a grave.
And one of the girls like literally had just gotten news that one of her friends had
died.
I remember this. They did that, and then they did another. It was another shoot. I can't remember if it was the crime scene shoot or if it was one of the, like, they did a shoot with, like, the toxic models. They showed clips of it where they had, like, one model with bulimia and it's the girl on the toilet with vomit.
And they were like, this is a gorgeous shot.
But there was one of the models, her friend had OD'd.
Yep,
and they
made her do an OD.
It's like a really fucked up version of like Pimp My Ride. It's like, oh, we heard you like
we heard you was traumatized by an overdose, so we put an overdose in your overdose so you can overdose while you overdose.
That was like, it was disturbing to watch.
I'm glad you brought those up because I remember those, and they didn't talk about that in the documentary.
They showed it, but they didn't
go into it.
They didn't go into it.
Yeah.
They talked about the race swaps with the S. It's exactly how it sounds. They said they were doing this shoot and they were going to swap races and ethnicities. So they did blackface on America's Next Top Model. And at the time, I'm not sure if I had a full understanding of like blackface, but I knew this. I don't think they should be doing this.
Also, I want to point out that it wasn't just Next Top Model. It was a partnership with the Got Milk people. What was that meeting like?
Does milk have to do with this?
With blackface?
And they had babies with
They had babies. I want an interview with them children.
Where are they now?
Are they still?
And it's like, and then it's like, not only did they do it once,
they did it again.
Backed by popular demand.
I have to say, one of the most iconic, hilarious racist moments of America's Next Top Model is Tyra putting that headdress on that white girl and go, "You're a Native American." Damn.
Like,
Did we not have any?
They made Dan. Did they? Was it? No, it wasn't Dan. It was like Keenyah. I think they made her Korean or something.
Yes, they did.
In the shoot, they gave some white woman an afro. They had them girls looking like Zoe Saldana and the Nina Simone biopic.
And they told that girl she was giving black woman. She's like, I was feeling it. My favorite is her take, because she, remember, a lot of the most horrible photo shoots are the ones that Tyra directed and shot. And so one of them was, she's like, think about the people of Egypt. Think about what they've been through. And I'm like, so you gonna put them through more? Tyra is truly dark-sided. Before we go more into this, I do want to talk about Danny real quick. Part of the makeovers later were dental makeovers. They used to do cosmetic dental makeovers for these girls who would just sign their lives away. 19-year-old girls signing their lives away. They say, get in this chair. We're going to take out all your teeth.
Or else.
Your dreams
this
are
was
dead.
dental blackmail. That's
yes.
what it was.
Yeah. Whatever. So Joni had like a snaggle tooth.
Yes.
And instead of getting her like proper dental care, they shaved down all her teeth and then just put caps all over it. And then she had to shoot the next day.
She had a big ass teeth, and it took her all night. They extracted, I forgot how many teeth they extracted.
She still had some.
I've had a lot of teeth extracted in one day. That it's
horrible.
Intense. It's horrible. And you putting a camera in front of me the next day
to be pretty?
Yes.
On camera and talk?
And then with Danny.
So that same season, they also had Danny. And Danny had this stunning gap. I'm sorry. Even as a kid, yes. When I wasn't, you know what I mean? I thought her gap was like high fashion.
It was cool.
Very cool, very high fashion. And also, I didn't know this at the time, but it turns out like the gap is actually a very common West African feature. Mm-hmm. It's actually like a sign of wealth and beauty or something in some West African tribes. So whatever. So Danny has the gap, and she does not want to get rid of it because she knows whatever. And Tyra was like, "No, they're only gonna see this. It's a really beautiful color girl. It's not commercial." And Danny said, I would like to stand on business and choose to love myself. And Tyra said, and I took that personally. We will have
no self-love on this goddamn show.
Not on my watch. Not on my watch.
And they said, and Miss J's like, she left the gap wide open for another girl. Like, just a lot. So even though she refused, She stood on business. She came back, and they basically blatantly told her, if you do not comply with this dental surgery,
you going home.
we will send you home to poverty.
Even when she was handing her thing, you're going to get that gap closed, right?
That's right. And she said, yes, okay, yes, ma'am.
That's what I thought.
That's what I thought.
It was so hard because she even called her mom.
Called her mom.
And her mom was like, well, if you don't want to do it, I will still welcome you home when Tyra eventually drops kick your ass.
That's right. They said they're not going to pay for your flight back.
When Tyra makes you walk back home, I will welcome you with open arms. So it's like...
Did she actually have a choice?
Yeah.
No, not really. Not when you're framing it like you either fill in this gap and win and make all your wildest dreams come true, or you don't and you stand on business and you go home to poverty. And I am sure that no matter what happened, Tyra probably would have done everything to make sure that girl never did anything. If she had kept that gap, Tyra been rolling up outside her house. Making sure she don't get nowhere.
And from the documentary, she basically did no matter what.
She sure did.
Because she saw this beautiful, stunning, gorgeous.
With an adorable... I'm a cover girl, mommy. That lives in my soul. I cried like a baby when Danielle won. I said, she's going to be so famous.
And Tyra said no.
Tyra said, not on my one. So Danny does fill in the gap, and she's whatever. They talk about, a few cycles later, they had some white girl who had a very small gap, and they widen it, and they point out Lauren Hutton. She said, oh, well, we're going to give you a Lauren Hutton vibe. And this, to me, kind of, puts a button on the racial component of the teeth stuff, where they forced this black girl with clearly West African roots to cover up the very distinctive black feature because it's not commercial.
Right.
And then they force a white girl to put the gap in her teeth because that's exotic.
Yeah.
And to me, that is such a perfect illustration of the violence of beauty standards and how it manifests racially.
And that's why I love that we have models like Slick Woods that has
yes,
the big, beautiful
big,
gap.
big,
and I wanted that for Danny.
Danny is the one that I think could have made, could have been a superstar in the modeling industry. And it is very strange to me the way that shit went down. When she talks about after she won the show and how being in the model house in New York with Chanel Iman at the same time, they're coming up at the same time, those pictures of them together in the train.
I forgot about, she did with Chanel Iman.
And Chanel Iman was also gooped by what was happening. Chanel Iman was they were saying together.
Didn't Chanel say they had the same agent?
Yes, they were on the same mom. Yes, they were both.
And why aren't you getting sent out?
And that's what Chanel Iman asked. And she came back and told Danielle, I just learned the reason why you aren't being picked up by these. It's because of Top Model. This is also why I have my conspiracy theory about Tyra not wanting any black girl to outpace her.
No, I don't think that's a conspiracy.
Okay,
I would argue that that's a fact.
I really think so. I think Tyra, and then, so...
Because I think anybody that she actually saw that could potentially have real potential to surpass her.
She made sure to destroy.
No. That gap, you have something very distinct.
That's right.
Not only are you a beautiful, stunning model, you have something very unique about you.
And you have a likable personality. Marketable. Yep.
No.
Ooh.
Close it.
Close that up. And then also, I think there was some behind the scenes shenanigans of not helping her because you brought this up earlier. So apparently... Sorry. Danielle struggled horribly in her career. And then... she met up with Tyra, or did Tyra call her? or what?
I think she said like years later.
Yeah.
She may have like somehow they crossed paths.
Yes.
And Tyra said like there were doors that I knew that were going to be shut because of Top Model that I could have opened and helped you with, but I didn't.
And to me, listen, it's already psychopathic to do that. Mm-hmm. It's crazy to say it to her face.
I think it was like 15 years
yes, later. I just want you to know.
I could have helped you.
I could have helped you and I didn't.
How does that make you feel?
Like truly, like really, like that's so weird and evil.
Yeah.
Like, oh, Tyra scares me. Tyra scares me.
Because I think she still maintained her relationship with Takara, but I think the fact that Takara is on the plus side model of things, and I think that she maybe didn't feel as threatened.
It's a different market, though.
It's a different market with like the plus size and with someone like Danny who could have actually made it.
Yes.
Even with Eva. Eva's short. So it's only so many doors that she's going to be able to get into.
And it wasn't the same market that Tyra
it wasn't the
in.
same market. But here is like someone that is going to like, all right, this is going to...
Nope. Tyra was not going to have that.
She kicked the legs from that ladder.
Tyra and Taylor Swift have a very similar vibe. I don't know how to explain it.
No, it is, because Taylor Swift puts out 23, 25 different versions of her song.
If she hears that one girl in her bedroom is writing a song, she says, I'm shutting that shit the fuck down.
It doesn't even have to be a girl. She said, what? Bad Bunny's doing the Super Bowl. Fuck that.
You're right.
Here's another version.
Yep. Let's get into Keenyah. Our girl Keenyah.
This is hard for me. Keenyah was because I saw a lot of myself in Keenyah.
Yeah.
Because she talks about like growing up being made fun of for being so skinny and blah 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 blah, and now she comes on this show and now she's being made into, her storyline is now you're fat you're overeating and whatever, like
you're the elephant, her elephant photo shoot.
And for the 7 Deadly Sins, they gave her gluttony.
They were like, oh, try to pull that in, and you know who was saying that? Jay, Nigel. I'm sorry, Miss J.
We had to do so much retouching on your photo to your body.
Because your body was just so bulbous and hideous.
And they're showing her on the beach. They're doing like the
close-up
shots of her belly. And I'm like, this girl's shaped like me.
I was never shaped like that. I was never shaped like that.
I was. And that's what
if I woke up one day shaped like that, especially back then, the way I would do flips in the goddamn air, that it was crazy how they framed it, how they made her look like she was eating, the way that all the girls were saying things like she eats.
She's gained 10 pounds.
No, you know good and goddamn well that's not true. Like, the way, watching them frame this in a way, like, so irresponsible. Yeah. So irresponsible. Because, like, yes, for you, a girl like you who is like, oh, that girl is shaped like me and she's fat. Oh, my God. But think about the girls who are shaped like me and who are bigger. What the fuck? They did the same to Robin, but like they really, with Keenyah, it was egregious and cruel and like.
And she talks about the moment she realized, like, okay, because she thought, like, okay, because she's heard the comments about, like, her body and, like, whatever. And so she said that when she got the gluttony thing, she was like, okay, this is my edit. What a coincidence. Yeah. But it wasn't until they gave her the elephant that she was like, oh, okay, I see what y'all doing. And poor thing was just trying to sit there and eat her damn bagel. I know. And they done edited to make it look like she had like 5 fucking bagels. It's hard. Mm-hmm. It was
also another moment in there where Tyra was like, you know what, you got to tighten it up because, you know, like me, I'll eat a burger and I'll work it off right after. And I'm like, that's called exercise bulimia. Like that's not something you should be advising a young girl to do. And just
like, was that before or after? I don't know when it was.
That was before.
When she got into it with Janice about calling somebody fat. and she was like, "You're the reason why these girls are over the toilet with their fingers sticking their finger down their mouth." And then like a few whatever, it's like, yo.
Because Tyra, when people say virtue signaling, they ain't got shit on Tyra Banks. Because Tyra could talk out of both sides of her mouth like nobody fucking else. And okay, so like, let's also talk about Keenyah with the shoot with the male models. I guess it was African or whatever.
They were supposed to be doing some type of dance.
She's supposed to be dancing very seductively and getting her picture, and there's drums playing, and they had 3 male models, one of whom was named Bertini, and good God, and this man was blatantly hitting on her before they started.
So it was already like kind of an uncomfortable situation.
And she had asserted herself.
Yes. And then they get to the shoot. She's in like in a like kind of like a sarong,
and then a sarong, but like not even a full sarong. Like she's she's pretty naked, honestly.
Yes. Then she's like her lady part, everything is like very vulnerable. You're dancing around these men.
And you're supposed to be giving like a sexy,
sensual
vibe.
Yes. And then as she's doing that, this, what's his name? Bertini is like touching her leg and moaning in her ear and saying sexual stuff to her.
And she talks about the things that he's doing, but when you see what he's doing on screen, like he's putting his groin up against her. He's grinding on her. He's touching her in the way that the other 2 models absolutely were not.
Yeah.
Absolutely were not.
Yes. And that's always uncomfortable when someone is like invading your space like that. But then to have it's being done on a professional set. There's cameras around. You're trying to like convey the picture or like whatever, and like nobody is stepping in to say anything.
No.
And it's like in that moment you have to make a decision of like, do I just go with it? Do I stop this and assert herself? And she stopped it, right? Am I not mistaken?
Not only that, she says, I was so uncomfortable. And I thought to myself, what would Tyra Banks do? Like, this is why I really want to ground this in the, like, cultural significance of Tyra Banks. Because she said to herself, what would Tyra do? Tyra would assert herself, but in a professional way. And, like, she's very fawning with it. She's like, oh, back up.
And trying to, like
you're a little too close. Like, very much that thing that women do when we are being assaulted and harassed, where we're like, please don't do that. And that wasn't working. And then she stops. She says, okay, what would Tyra do? Tyra would stop this shoot, and she'd stand up for herself, and she'd make it clear, and then she'd go on with it. So she does that. And Mr. J, at the scene of the crime, is she does it so politely too. She's like, hey, he's sort of like moaning and groaning in my ear, and it's just like hard to get through the shoot and really convey what I need to do. Can we like just back that up? And the way Mr. J is like,
did you just stop my fucking shoot for this bullshit?
Not on my watch. Not on my watch.
He's like, okay, like,
it's heartbreaking to watch.
It's heartbeaking to watch.
Because it shows...
see...
Yes.
How the crestfallen she becomes when she did the thing that
she did what, like, she stood up for herself in a polite, nice, professional way that we as Black women try to do when we try to assert ourselves or advocate for ourselves.
And it's not even that we try to do. A lot of us are like, we don't feel that we have the power to do that.
But I'm saying, like, even for me, I'm very careful. I know that I should speak up and I can speak up. So when I do, I try to be as nice as possible, usually, sometimes.
And also, you have to work yourself up to do that.
You have to work yourself up. So I'm like, okay, how can I say this in a way that's not going to come across offensive, but it gets my point across so that I can feel safe and comfortable.
And you're doing that while you're actively being assaulted.
Wow, he's like got his hand up your.
You're like, okay, how do I tactically, like, there's so much
to do that and still be seen as like you're difficult to work with, you're problematic, and it's like. It's such a helpless feeling.
I know. I
like truly. Speaking up at work and like people are still like, oh, that was so aggressive. I can't believe you did that. It's like
I whispered it. And I said please and thank you all the way through.
You came in here yelling at me.
Yeah.
And I just whispered, can you stop yelling at me?
Please stop yelling at me. She's got a gun!
Like, this is literally happened to me at work. And so it's like, it's so frustrating. It's such a helpless feeling. And then to have no one there to like advocate for you. And then you're doing what you think your fucking role model and boss would want you to do.
And also have Jay punish you for daring to speak is so like there's so much about that
and then when they got back to the room, Tyra was like, well, I would have just like pushed him away.
You got to use your feminine wiles. Use your feminine wiles to combat active harassment. Why is that responsibility put on her? Yeah. You have to do it in a way that doesn't disturb us or call attention to how much danger
there was no protection for these girls in any part of this cycle, whatever.
Yes.
Like, it's like we, like, from the, what season was it with Shandy? That was season 2?
Yep, cycle 2.
With Shandy, where, like, no one stepped in to protect her. No one stepped in for Keenyah. Like,
and you know who else no one else stepped in for? Tiffany.
No one stepped in. Well, Tyra thought she was helping Tiffany.
Oh, please. No, she didn't.
She thought she was helping.
And this is another one that adds to my conspiracy theory that Tyra wants
We took Tiffany under our wing and mentored her.
Okay, wait. Okay, I really want to talk about Tiffany because the first time Tiffany is on the show, they framed it like she was just so angry and she was just aggressive and she needed anger management. Do you remember what happened? She went to a bar. This white girl who was not on the show, this white girl saw her and started harassing her. She ignored her. Then the white girl picked up a glass and poured it on her head. That is what happened. Look, it's on TV. Look at the footage.
I forgot what happened, but I do remember.
And then she was like, what the is your problem? She didn't even fight it.
She's like, you need anger management.
And they kicked her off the show and said, you need anger management. And I'm sorry, this is another example of what you're talking about.
Yes.
When you're a black woman and you react to harassment and violence, you are seen as the aggressor.
No matter how you respond.
No matter what. And even if it's on video and you're looking at it.
If you respond angrily, you're angry.
Yep.
You need anger management.
If you cry, you're unprofessional.
You're unprofessional. If you stop a shoot because, hey, this guy is moaning in my ear sexually and touching me inappropriately, you're hard to work with.
That's right.
So it's like, we can't win.
We cannot win. And so, okay, so...
And for all of this to happen on a show that is run by a black woman who has, like, built kind of a platform about diversity, about being, like, about bullying and shit.
That's right, yes!
You've built a platform. You talked so much about being bullied as a model. Yes. So we should all blame Naomi Campbell.
Oh, God, yes.
This is like the butterfly effect.
Yep.
Naomi Campbell was threatened by Tyra Banks and her success in the industry, and then bullied her and tortured her to make Tyra become a bully.
I don't buy that.
No.
I don't buy that story. I don't buy that.
This is a conspiracy. This is all Naomi Campbell's fault, which is in turn Epstein's fault.
All
roads lead
Yes, all roads do lead back to Epstein. I'm sorry. Watching this and seeing so many parallels within the way the culture of the Epstein files. But anyway, yes. Wait, let's talk about Tiffany. So, kicked off after that really unfair fight, put through anger management, brought back by Tyra to the Torment Nexus. And then she did, like, she was doing very well because she's stunning. And then she was
they asked her to read out loud.
They had a reading challenge, a teleprompter challenge, and she like kind of like gave up and was like, I can't do this.
Because she was like, this is stupid.
This is stupid.
Which it was.
It was stupid, and it was also clearly meant to embarrass the girls. Like, I'm sorry. And like, you can argue about whether or not she should have kept going or not, but whatever. It gets her eliminated. She is eliminated.
It was a double elimination.
This was the day of the double elimination.
Yeah.
You're right. I almost forgot about that.
Yeah, they eliminated both because she did like, it's both of you will go home. And so the other girl was like crying, like crying or whatever. And Tiffany was like, oh, it's fine. It's all right. Don't cry for me or like whatever.
She's hugging everybody. She's saying goodbye, but she's not crying.
She's not crying. She's not making a scene.
Yes.
And I think that
Tyra was like,
you're not taking this modeling competition on TV seriously.
Yes. And this sparks the moment that was a meme for decades. Like, and so what we see on screen is Tyra absolutely losing her on Tiffany, and so she is letting Tiffany have it. And we remember the iconic like,
I was rooting for you. We were all rooting for you.
How dare you? When my mom yells at me like this, it means because she
I've
loves
never
me.
laughed at a girl like this.
It's right. I've never yelled at a girl like
When
this.
my mom yells at me like this, it's because she loves me.
And then, okay, so but the documentary does say what we saw was the Disney version.
Yeah,
of what she had
Mr.
said.
J does. He's like, it was way worse.
It
There was a lot
way worse,
more
and
said.
I'm not ready to. I could never.
I can't repeat it.
What they were saying now.
What'd she say?
Yes. So also we get a hint of it because she does say, "Oh, didn't your grandmother sell her dentures to fucking?
You're gonna go sleep with roaches or something like that?"
So one of the things that she was saying, like, because Tiffany has as a child, like, you're gonna be going back to sleeping on a bare mattress with your child. You're gonna be like
just putting her business out.
Truly, not just putting her business out there, but very much weaponizing her poverty and her circumstances to humiliate her. And a lot of the things she said, like, there's a podcast, I think we'll go into it more later, but like there is a podcast called the Curse of Next Top Model, and they spoke to a sound guy who was on set during there, and he said, "Child, that was absolutely wildin'. She was wildin'." She said that I wouldn't say to the devil himself.
I know that footage is out there. I need it to leak.
Someone leak the footage.
I need that. I'm adding that to my list of footage that I need.
That and the last episode of Wild Bunny, if you know, you know. Okay, so the thing.
Say that.
Don't worry.
I want to hear the elevator footage with JT and Beyonce.
That too.
I know someone has the audio somewhere.
I know.
Like, just release it.
I know.
I hope that the full uncut version of Tyra's rant somehow makes it onto our timeline.
I hope it does too. The way she spoke to Tiffany was really insane and really humiliating, and it felt like a peek into the violence of Tyra, like Tyra, how dark Tyra could.
She
could
talked
truly
about
be.
on her talk show how like hard for her it was to air that footage. She was like, I was so scared to air that scene, but I said, you know what? Just leave it in. We're gonna. It needs to. They need to see how much I care about these girls.
And she bullshitting because, yeah, I bet it was hard to air that scene because they said the lawyers came out immediately. There was something about her sleeping with rats and roaches and how she deserved to like, yeah, there's a lot. I think we should talk about the documentary when it comes out, because if it doesn't mention it, I will talk about what happened on the podcast.
Has Tiffany done any press since Top
She
Model?
had done some press, but she had always been like, well, Tyra did that because she loves me. Well, you could hear a gun click. You could
That
see
NDA, man.
You can see the NDA. There's an executive right behind her, like, say something, bitch.
Just reading the sign.
Yep.
She made her read a sign like that telephone.
like a hostage. Tyra
I know
Banks.
Tyra loves me, and that's why she yelled at me the way she does. She did. She got her grandma on the other side of the camera.
Crazy shit.
Read this prompt.
Crazy shit. So, okay, I would also like to know the full context, but since then, so a few years have passed, and then Tiffany has been like, that was a fucking lie. Every time I've said that was a lie. If you love someone, you do not humiliate them the way that she humiliated me. Because what was the purpose? It wasn't to motivate her to do better in the next challenge.
Her home.
Exactly. It was to punish her for not crying and feeling devastated by her. And she's like, I needed you to feel pain. I wanted you to show how much I hurt you. And I just, again, if you've ever dealt with like a narcissist, they get this like excitement when you react to their cruelty.
And she just laughed it off and just kind of was like, It's fine. It's okay. Don't cry for me because it is. I'm not about to whatever.
And have you ever done that for when a narcissist is trying to torture you? Like, when a narcissist is trying to fuck with you and you react like, I'm okay. That is when you see how dark they can be. You can see they snap. Mm-hmm. Like, that's when you see the loss of control in a narcissist that is usually very controlled.
Because they showed her, like, they cut to her on camera and she's just looking, like, in her eyes.
Yep, she got that Erica Kirk stare. That Jennifer Garner
She's just
stare.
like watching her. Like,
you ever seen Jennifer Gardner say that to Regina King? Do you know where your ancestors are from?
Oh, yeah.
It was that same stare. You could see it was the black version.
She wanted it so bad.
Ooh. And that, to me, I think that was a big example of what, like, we see be more evident later on when she loses control and what causes her to lose control. So, like, let's talk now about the true victims of America's Next Top Model. Nigel Barker, noted fashion photographer Nigel Barker, Miss J and Mr. J. So, like, noted fashion photographer Nigel Barker and Miss J and Mr. J, they were fired because Tyra said an executive came to her and just told her blah, blah, blah. But before that, we had talked about her fallout with Mr. J, right? Yeah. The way she treated, so Jay and her were friends. They used to hang out. They used to be friends, right?
Yeah.
And sure, as much as you can be friends with a narcissist. And he was her ride or die. Mm-hmm. And at some point he wanted to move on and do something else. I think at the time, like, Jay was like hot. Like, they were hot and they could have utilized that to move forward.
Because they were a really big part of the show.
They were a massive
like
part of the success.
Scene stealers.
Yes.
Everybody loved Miss J. Alexandar.
Oh my God, I was obsessed with
everybody loved Mr. J.
Yes.
And
people loved Nigel Barker.
Yes.
And they were an essential part of the show. And, you know, Tyra can't have nobody taking up hers, not in her life, not in her space.
You can leave me to go do your own.
That's really what it is.
And build your own.
Absolutely not on my watch.
You're dead to me.
You're dead to me. And so when he's talking about how he finally spoke, he emails her first and she comes back, I am disappointed, and then never speaks to him again. And they show that scene, he's like, I would be trying to talk to her on set and and then the camera was on Jay and they show the scene. And it's so obvious that he's like, and then she's like, Jay, what do you think? You be so quiet. And he's like, I think, you talking to me?
That is terrifying.
And I have lived through something like this. I had a roommate who we were very close friends, and and then we moved together. She I don't know, something happened, and she decided she wasn't going to speak to me, but we still lived together. So when we were alone in the apartment, she would it was like I was a ghost. And then our other friends, because we all had mutual friends, would come by, and all of a sudden she'd start speaking to me, and I'd be like, like, it's so...
To see someone switch up like that.
It's terrifying. It's unmooring, like, for your brain.
It's psychologically
yes,
traumatizing and, like, and abusive.
Yes!
Like,
yes! Truly. Which I feel bad. Jay did not deserve that. But also, it's like, you knew what the it was. You just didn't think it would ever come for you.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Yep. You were for the leopards eating people's faces party.
I didn't think the leopards would eat my face.
That's right. And then,
like, you were on the show too, boo-boo.
You watched the show. You just didn't
you
think that
were on
missile
the
was
show
coming
too.
for you. Yes. So we talk about how, like, the ratings were dipping, and for some reason they decided to get rid of 3 of the most essential and popular parts of the show. So
because Tyra's probably like, well, it can't be me.
Tyra said, what I really think, I don't think that she's right that they asked her to get rid of them. I think they said, the ratings are down, the budget is less. Where do you want to cut the budget? Your salary? Or theirs? And she said, get them the out of here. I'm not taking $20 less.
Mr. J think he bigger than the program already.
That's right.
Let him go. He wants to go.
Although he wanted to go, and he stayed for 9 cycles.
Because his morality.
Yes, because he just loved her so much. Anyway.
It felt so bad. I couldn't put another girl in a crime scene.
Yeah, get the out of here, girl.
I can't do this. I can only do this race swap twice. Before I have to put my foot down.
That's right. I mean, not really. I never put my foot down. So she fires all three of them.
Twice.
Fool me 14 cycles. They fire all three of them. Miss J said she sent me flowers 5 days before they sent me. Sorry. Like
her birthday, right?
Yes. Sent her flowers before the birthday. Anyway, and then was like, anyway, bye. Good luck. And so the three of them team up together and like, we were so put upon. And look, I ain't got time for that. If I'm supposed to feel bad for that, I don't.
It's like y'all were a part of this for how many cycles?
Like 50,000 cycles.
And now because you got fired, we're supposed to feel bad.
I don't. And I do kind of feel bad for Miss J because Miss J she has a stroke and she ends up in the hospital and a bunch of other people come to visit her. The Jay and Nigel, who she hasn't spoken to in years, come to visit her. They're with her every step of the way, holding her hands. People send flowers. People who never met Miss J sending well wishes. And you know who didn't send one mother thing?
Tyra.
Miss Tyra.
She ain't even sent a Tyra mail. She's just like nothing. She said nothing. She literally was like, "Oh, I'm gonna pray for you," and that was it.
Not even a voicemail. Didn't call. Didn't write. Done nothing.
I think I agree. Like Miss J in that situation is probably the one that I do feel bad about, like their relationship, because they
together since she was 16.
Since she was 16, so they had a relationship far that like surpassed top
before
model.
Tyra had her nose. She had a different nose when she knew Miss J. Like
that got me.
So not only that she did not visit her, and like now Miss J can't walk. Like it's a lot. And then Miss J had to do a GoFundMe for medical expenses, and they said Tyra didn't donate. I said, God damn.
Not even a silent check. Nothing.
Like you ain't said nothing. That is to me like. What? Like
it speaks to her character.
It doesn't just speak to her character. It speaks to her lack of self-awareness. Because at least, don't you want to seem like a good person?
No! That's her character. I am Tyra Banks. That is it.
I'm sorry. That to me is so crazy. That to me shows that not only are you a villain, but that you either don't care about being perceived as cruel or you think you're right to act like this. Mm. Like, you think you have a right to act like... Is this a billionaire mindset type shit? You know what I mean? Where it's like, yeah,
a billionaire would probably donate for the tax write-off.
No, like that. You can't do a tax-free donation. A card, some flowers. You are truly a cruel person for that.
Maybe she just has, like, some trauma, and she's like, I have to black out that part of my life after I do this documentary. Right. I'm gonna black out that part and cut off everything.
Because you know, in the documentary, they even asked, like, do you want to talk about your relationship with Jay? No. I'll save that for Jay.
I'll text him.
I'll text him. Did she text him?
She said I should text him.
I should.
Not that I will.
I'm not gonna.
But I should.
Yeah, you know he's a peon.
I do that too. With people, I'm like, you know what? I should call and make amends with this person.
For sure.
Not, but not that it's right.
If I was about to do a documentary about how evil I am, I think I might be like, let me tie up some of these loose ends. She said nope. So
if nothing else, she's honest.
And there you go.
She's not gonna be fake.
She's not gonna be fake no more.
That.
Not about that.
She's not gonna fake being nice, I guess. I don't know.
I think also, like, clearly Tyra is going through, so I don't know about financially what's going on with her, because, you know, she's scamming now. She runs a multi-level, no, not just the ice cream. The ice cream is a scam that she stole from somebody else. But she has a multi-level marketing thing.
Oh.
And she does, I'm gonna send you this and we're gonna put them in. There's a lot of videos of Tyra at multi-level marketing events, promoting her multi-level marketing, like, beauty brand thing or whatever. Absolutely on that snow. Absolutely. I'll send them to you.
I've only seen
Brown.
videos of her like with the ice cream. That's the most recent things
I'm going to send you some videos that'll absolutely change your life. Oh yes. And so she's scamming. She has a music video, like, I'll send it to you. God. And she has a music video, like, she's really scamming, truly, at her Nexium, on her Nexium, and good for her. And then we come to the denouement. Out of Kavanaugh. So Tyra talks about, you know, there were success stories. Eva. And I'm like, bitch, you did 100 cycles and you can't name 2 people who were successful because of the show. Anyway, so
nobody was successful because of the show.
And so then we get to something that I did not know happened. They fired Tyra. They took Tyra off the show, and the show was hosted by Rita Ora. This was cycle 22, cycle 20, cycle 22. And then they did 3 more cycles.
Of the later, by the time Rita Ora came, I had been stopped watching.
I've been stopped watching. I did not know this happened until I watched.
Because I was like, because they had all these different spinoffs. They had like the College Hill.
Yes.
Not College Hill,
no,
but
the college
one. They had the British one.
They had the men's models, men's and women together.
Wait, we forgot a makeover. Remember when she with the beard?
Not the beard weave. Not the beard weave. Not the lace bottom. Yes, she did.
I think I may have watched that season because I also think that was the same season with Winnie Harlow.
Oh, yes. Okay. And also, there was a deaf guy who now is like a huge actor. He was on Teen Wolf. He also came from Top Model.
Yeah. I think they all may have been a part of the same season. I think, because I don't... Yeah.
I definitely didn't watch it, but I definitely watched clips. I remember the clips.
I don't know if I watched it all entire. That may have been like, oh, they got men on here or something now. Like, what's going on with Top Model?
By the time they started doing that wacky shit,
they did like the short girl season. Everybody got a season.
They did a short girl season. Yep.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So by that point, I was just like, all right, I don't know how this is still legal, and she's not in handcuffs at this point.
Exactly. Before that, I was like, I feel bad enough about myself. I don't need to add to it by watching Tyra.
Yeah, but like it was like they had, if I'm not mistaken, it was like they had someone who was deaf. They had like Winnie with the vitiligo, where I did not like Winnie.
Wasn't she a bitch on that season?
She's a bitch on that season. I heard she's a bitch in real life.
Oh, is she really still? Okay.
I've heard nothing but the most awful things.
Okay,
about
well,
her.
You know what? Honestly, if you watch BoJack Horseman, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like, you know what? Yeah, she a bitch, but it's because she been through shit. Like, you can judge the guy that came back from Nam on show.
Yeah. She was not my favorite on that show.
Yeah.
And it was like, whatever.
Yeah.
And I've just heard some like, and since she has been, I've heard some like
I have also heard that she is
terrible things. But on that show, like it was like that she, because you know it was like one of the directors or whatever called her Panda, called her Cow or whatever, and she was like, yeah, I don't want girls with my skin condition like watching this show and thinking that's okay.
And this is why I'm like, yeah, maybe she's a, but it's
like, don't make me side with her.
Yeah, don't make me side with the E. But I think also she's a bitch for a reason, probably. Yeah. I think a lot of those people, if you survive a narcissist, you got to kind of become a little bit like them. I kind of think so.
Yeah.
So then they started doing clown. They had Rita Ora host, which I had no idea happened.
Yeah.
And like it was clear that the show was winding to a close. And then at the end of the documentary, they do talk about the cultural impact. They talk about all the eating disorders that it caused. I mean, all the hope that it gave to girls everywhere.
Hello.
And like, hello. It like, but also without Next Top Model, we'd never have Drag Race. You know what I mean? So there's certain things that I think, sure.
Yeah. The formula was it. I think multiple things could be true at one time.
Yes.
It was a very iconic, culturally relevant show that, like, now a lot of these competition shows have taken the same formula.
Yes.
And it was also extremely problematic,
Yes.
extremely traumatizing for these girls, and ruined people's lives.
It ruined lives. The documentary does not go into the lives that it ruined, but the podcast does. I really highly recommend that podcast. But it ruined people's lives. It reverberated through the culture in a way that is very startling. I think especially a lot of the parallels to the culture of the Epstein files. I think there's a lot of similarities in between. There's a lot of parallels that are very, like, damning, I think, for the show. But also, like, I'm a cover girl mommy. That got me through some hard times.
Yes, it gave us Eva the Diva.
It
gave us Takara and her thick ass. Oh my God.
Beautiful Takara.
Okay.
Beautiful Takara. I think Takara was also like a big, like, as much as I say for Takara's sake, I wish she had never gone on that show. I think she could have been a huge model without it. But I think seeing her on that show and seeing how beautiful she was, it really made me question a lot of my fat phobia for the first time, for real.
Yeah.
Like, it really did. Like, I was like, oh, wait, can I look at this woman and not say that she is one of the most stunning things I've ever seen in my entire life? No, I can't. So maybe I've been taught to hate fat. You know what I mean? Like, there are...
There was some good that came out of it.
Yes.
Some.
Listen.
But not...
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why I say multiple things can be true. Like, it could
100%.
be, because, I mean, like, with Ebony, that was the first time, that, like, someone from, like, who didn't really have a concept of, like, lesbianism or, like, whatever, seeing her and her girlfriend.
Oh, my God.
For the first time on TV.
Game changer.
Was a game changer. Like, so I think it did have some good...
Yeah.
Was it overall good?
No.
But, like, there was some good. There were some people that were able to use this platform to find their own success, who are now modeling or acting or, like, whatever, who may not have had that same exposure.
Yes, 100%.
Without the show.
Yes.
And it's great for those people.
Yes.
But it also caused... It didn't do what Tyra set out... or said the purpose of the show was to do. And I don't think the modeling agency changed at all because of Top Model.
No, well, obviously the modeling. Honestly, I think the modeling industry was already changing, and now the modeling industry is just the nepo baby network. Like, any weird looking kid that you have as a celebrity, you have them galumphing down the runway. And, like, everyone's fine with it. It's a very different game.
Yeah, now it's more influencer friendly and things like that.
Sure.
No, they have influencers.
No, it is.
Yeah.
No, it is, which I don't think is a good thing.
No, I didn't say it was a good thing. I said it's influencer friendly. When you look at, like, New York Fashion Week and stuff like that, like, a lot of influencers, which that's its own set of problems because it's actually pushing out a lot of the people from, like, the actual...
And who I might actually want to see walking down a runway. Yeah. Like, we got the last vestige of the supermodel time, and we also got to see what it wrought. And Tyra is one of those examples.
Yeah.
I think it also made a lot of people more class conscious because you gotta see because a lot of y'all were like, Tyra is good because she's a good successful black woman, and now you see what a successful black woman can do to you. Not on Skin Focus.
She's what is she, Gen X or something?
She's Gen X, I think.
Yeah, that generation is
up for reasons. They got a lot of lead in their system.
Yeah.
So
you've never worked for a black Gen X woman.
You have not known true horror.
That's all Tyra.
That's all Tyra is, kind of, to an extreme level.
Yes.
Extreme level with way too much power. Yes. So, all right. So, I think at the end of this, the one thing we can say is, God damn.
We don't want to cycle 25.
So the end of it is Tyra being like, wait till you see what I have in store for the next iteration. We're working on it. There's like lightning.
I think everybody watching, I think their heart just dropped. It's like watching a horror movie and you think the monster is dead, and then you see his like hand move, and it's like, oh no.
It was like the last scene in Carrie. So I don't know what they got next coming up. Please don't.
I don't even think it is anything. I just think it's her talking with us.
I hope so. If I see Tyra on my TV, I want to see it to be. It's got to be her trial at The Hague. This whole documentary to me felt like, you ever seen that documentary, The Act of Killing? Mm-mm. It was about these the Cambodian warlords that God. Like they reenact all their crimes. That felt like what this documentary was to me.
Yeah.
And I think Tyra wants to reenact her crimes.
Yeah, it felt, no, I haven't seen that, but I have seen like documentaries where they finally arrest a serial killer and they lay out on the table all of their victims and they're like, I remember this one.
I remember this one.
Yeah, I made her close her gap. I remember that one. Mm-hmm.
Even when she asked when they first asked her about Shandy.
Oh yeah, this is the first white girl I gave a sew-in to. I remember her.
Those white girls said their hair never recovered from them sewings.
I was waiting for her to get somebody microbraid.
I know. One girl was allergic to relaxer, and they made her relax her hair, and her hair like never grew back the same. Like a lot.
I genuinely felt bad for that one girl where like they gave her this terrible sew-in, and she was like, "My head hurts so bad." Because y'all ain't supposed to be having y'all hair that tight.
My God, the thing she was able to get away with. Ooh, you know she tortured animals as a child.
And then like and then it's so sick. It was like this one girl, she was like a pattern girl. She was white. She had like this long beautiful blonde hair. And then Tyra's like, you better cut it or you're going to get sent home. And she gave her a pixie cut and sent her
home the next day. No, there were many instances. So many instances where they forced the girl to do something and said, ha ha ha, now you go home. It's like, listen, it was a time, and I think it was indicative of the culture of cruelty, specifically toward young women, that like we have seen reverberate throughout time.
Yes.
We've seen how this culture takes advantage of young, vulnerable women who are sold a dream and thrown away. And to me, Top Model just did nothing but make it into like, it was like the Super Bowl for that. And so, Epstein was every week, every Wednesday.
Tuned in.
Like, damn, I should have thought of that one. Like, so I think what we need to do is, I love that we are finally having a real cultural reckoning about this, because I think it's so relevant. It's so relevant. It's one of those things that we need to untie and unpack, or we will have another Tyra. There's another one. Someone is building another Tyra in a lab right now. Stop.
No, but it's already happening. It's already happening. If you're looking
Natalie Nunn?
I was about to say. If you look at it's called the Zeus Network. It's already happening.
You're right.
It's already happening.
You're right. We do have less sympathy for the Zeus Network people sometimes, and I think you actually are right that like we should see it from that lens. Like, why would you sign up for this show? Because you were taught since the time you were little that signing up for a reality show was a way out of poverty.
Yes.
And they've sold you that bill of goods. So like, I what do you think? What are y'all thinking about this? Did Tyra mess you up?
Share your trauma.
Share your trauma. Do you hear Tyra in your head sometimes when you look into the mirror? Let's unpack that. I'm
so concerned about finding my light in every moment. I'm sitting here still like adjusting my clothes, trying to make sure get my angles right. Yep. Like I will never be the same. I will never be, and then it's also really scary to see, like, now to seeing the trend with these super, super skinny, like, celebrities. Yes. And, like, now that skinny is coming back. And I see people online trying to warn people, like, hey, we've seen this before.
Yes.
And it was so unhealthy.
Yes. Also, withholding food is a tactic that cults use to control you.
Yes.
So please don't think it's a coincidence
Like,
that Skinny's
yes,
coming back.
And the celebrities are doing it, so it can be a lot more normalized when we start seeing each other, like, who we can't eat, or whatever, and now we see you super skinny, and was like, oh, girl, body tea.
Yep.
No!
He's like, I've been dying. Yes.
Like, them bringing back low-rise jeans is not a coincidence.
I refuse.
Never again.
Never again. Don't never forget.
Never, because, like, those times were so
hard.
dark.
Yeah.
It's a very dark time with, like, pop culture, like, whatever. Like, Top Model is very reflective of, like, a lot of the fucked up times. That's just one show.
Yes.
That is one show.
And it happens to be very boldly illustrative of what the culture was at the time.
Because it shows something so glamorous.
Yeah.
As, like, fashion.
Yes.
You know? No.
And it was a humiliation ritual in so many ways. And so, like, I think if you paying attention to this now is crucial at this juncture in our society. We cannot allow that shit to happen again.
Yes.
That's so funny. The way we talk about Top Model like it was an atrocity that happened, because it kind of was.
It was.
Yeah.
It changed the framework and how so many, like, young women, and shaped, like, our self-perception of like how we looked at ourselves.
Yes.
Because, like, almost like it being diverse is kind of it's almost harmful.
That's what I said.
It's very harmful.
We don't need diversity in the torment nexus.
Because it's like one thing to see, like, you know, like we said, like, we have different versions of, like, skinny or like whatever in our community.
Yes.
And, like, a lot of times those super thin, like, white models, like, okay, that's
not for us.
That's not for us. That's not what beauty is.
Yes. But
And now
Tyra said, actually,
and now
here
we're
you go.
bringing in people that in your community would be seen as
Skinny.
gorgeous, as skinny, like with their skin, ebony, beautiful, like, skin.
Yep.
You know, like a beautiful, gorgeous, like, brown skin woman.
Yep.
A Keenyah.
Yep.
A skinny. You know what I'm saying?
And
I
being
was
told that she's the elephant.
and being told that she's at the
She
time.
had never considered herself fat before.
No, I got down to a size 4. My mom and godmom literally sat me down. Like, they said, "Are you doing drugs?"
Me too. When I got down to a size 4, Kat was like, "This is terrifying."
I'm
a size 4. Everybody's jealous of me because you can see this bone right here.
They were so concerned.
Yep.
Because that's too skinny.
Yeah.
For, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And at the time, I mean, fairly, I was, like, addicted to cardio, and, like, I was having problems,
Yeah.
you know, but they were like, "Are you on drugs?
Same. I was not
Are you
doing
eating?
well.
Like,
Yeah.
are you well?"
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And to see someone like Keenyah,
Yeah.
who we're the same size, getting told, like, you know, "Bitch, you gluttonous, you need to put down the bagels," or, like, whatever. Like, it's f***ed up, and this was, like, beat into our heads.
Yeah.
And this is just one
girl on one cycle.
This is like one example of where we're getting it. Like the magazines, and, like, that was even worse.
That's right.
You know, like, they're calling, like, you know, people.
Oh my God, Jessica Simpson,
Britney Spears. Like, they're calling them
hippo, huge fat hippo. It was a cruel,
slut shame.
Slut shaming.
Like, it was a really tough time.
It was a hard time.
It was a really tough time, and we had to live through it.
Exactly. Also, you should watch it if you are young and you have a millennial auntie or whatever, and you're like, why is she like that? Why? Because, like, you talk to a Gen Z girl, and you're like, you look beautiful, and she's like, I know, thank you, and you're like, I could never do that. This is why. We grew up in a different culture, and you have the chance to make it better.
Yeah.
So, like,
we can't take compliments.
We can't take compliments.
Yeah.
I can't take...
Because we are scared that Tyra's going to
come out. You're actually huge and fat and hideous and horrible, and your skin is bad, ashy and loud and aggressive. Like, you know what I mean? Yes. So, like...
It's like you get complimented 3 times in a row. She disappears. Like Candyman.
Candyman! Stop! That's so funny!
If you say affirmations in the mirror, Tyra just pops up.
Not on my watch.
We've been so...
Just smizing at
Tyra Bale!
Someone should do a horror movie.
I was just about to say we should make that into a short. Anyway.
A Tyra Bale horror.
A Tyra Bale horror story. Okay.
Sorry.
So anyway, please leave your thoughts in the comments. Argue about whatever we said that pissed you off.
Yes.
Were we wrong in some part? Did we misread something? Let us know.
Yeah.
Were you on the show? I know somebody who was on the show, and she tells me stories that are like, I know Sarah Hartshorn. Go see. Okay, here, if you want more about America's Next Top Model, check out the Curse of Top, the Curse of Top, America's Next Top Model. It's a great podcast that fills in, really does focus more on the girls. And then also check out Sarah Hartshorn's book, You Want to Be on Top. She's a comic in New York that's so funny. She was one of the first plus size models ever on Next Top Model. She was incredible. Barely plus size, I'm sorry. She was a plus size model, but whatever. And like, I
think too, still watch the interview with Takara, because I
definitely watched the interview with Takara. I'm gonna watch that.
I found it interesting. She did share some things like it. Like I said, it wasn't all. It was, she wasn't like defending Tyra by no means.
Yeah. And so like and subscribe. Here are our beautiful Patreon subscribers who keep us going, that keep us in coffee and air conditioner, and they are amazing. If you'd like to join and support the Patreon, we got extras, bloopers, free stuff, episodes, uncut episodes, blah 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 blah. We'll be back soon. Let us know if you want us to talk about this more. There's a new documentary coming out, so we might check that out too. But like, subscribe, comment, share, super like all the things. Stay healthy, stay happy, stay well.
Stay on top.
Stay gay, stay on top. And most importantly, stay strapped.